In today's captivating episode of Undercover Boss, we delve into two thrilling uncover journeys. First, we follow Mike Bloom, the president and COO of Family Dollar, as he embarks on a mission to uncover the truth about his employees' experiences and the sense of alienation within the company. At the same time, we witness Rick Silva, the president and CEO of Checkers and Rally Restaurants, going incognito to initiate transformative changes within his organization. This unprecedented venture promises to have a lasting impact in both companies.
We work hard here, and it's really hurtful to not feel recognized.
Headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, Family Dollar stands as a prominent American discount retailer, offering branded products at affordable prices and generating an annual revenue of over $10 billion. Leading this retail giant with its 7,800 stores and 55,000 employees is President and COO Mike Bloom. Founded in 1959, Family Dollar initially priced everything in the store at $2 or less. Over the years, the business expanded rapidly, reaching 200 stores by 1970 and eventually becoming a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. Today, Family Dollar's presence spans 45 states, becoming a go-to destination for customers seeking diverse product offerings. Mike's journey to leadership wasn't without challenges, as his family faced financial troubles when his father lost his job. Determined to help, Mike began working at a young age and showcased exceptional skills, leading to a job at a pharmaceutical company before taking the helm at Family Dollar 20 months ago. Balancing his professional and family life, Mike dedicates himself fully during the workweek and cherishes quality time with his loved ones over the weekends, engaging in activities like fishing or simply enjoying each other's company. His decision to go undercover stems from the company's ambitious expansion plans, aiming to double its size within a few years. Believing that gaining insights into store operations is essential for achieving this goal, he adopts the persona of Mark, an aspiring business owner competing on a reality show.
Are you Lacey?
Yes.
I'm Mark.
Mark, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great.
For his uncover assignment, Mike heads to Michigan, assuming the role of an assistant manager at a rural store station. Guided by Lacey, he familiarizes himself with the stockroom and learns how to unload boxes onto the shelves.
We have all of our stock back here. We get it once a week. Every single one of these boxes in here, we're unloading by hand.
How many boxes come off the truck?
It's normally about 1,000 pieces.
As he handles new products, an accidental cut on his arm serves as a poignant reminder of the challenges faced by frontline workers.
I just noticed I cut myself. Does that happen a lot?
Oh,
Following their conversation, Lacey reveals a significant issue within the company. She explains that the corporation neglects the concerns of smaller stores and needlessly sends unwanted products. Mike is taken aback as efficiency is supposed to be the company's motto, and this lack of efficiency troubles him. The next day, Mike's journey takes him to Fort Royal, Virginia, where he assumes the role of a forklift operator in the distribution center. There, he meets Rosalie, an expert in forklift operations, who provides him with instruction on how to operate the machine. During his turn, Mike attempts to drive the forklift on the training site but struggles with following instructions and properly operating the equipment. Despite Rosalie's efforts as an instructor, things don't go smoothly and Mike's anxiety escalates. Eventually, Rosalie insists that Mike discontinue operating the forklift, sternly declaring that he can never be left alone with the machine as she fires him on the spot.
I don't want him to have an accident or hurt anybody else.
Now you have 5 pallets. Don't cannot be jumpy because they will fall. Just be careful. Be careful. Follow me.
Though disappointed about being fired, Mike appreciates Rosalie's commitment to safety precautions and admires the adherence to safety procedures. Next, Mike takes on the role of a merge operator, working alongside Rick, who's enthusiastic about the job. Within just 15 minutes, the conveyor belt gets jammed by boxes, causing a complete halt in the process. Rick bravely goes to unjam the boxes, but Mike realizes the high-risk nature of this approach as it poses a significant hazard for workers. Throughout the day, Mike shadows Rick's duties and continues to work on the belt. Later, Rick invites him to his home so they can play music together, where Mike embarrasses himself trying to play the drums.
Been a long time.
The next day, Mike heads to Clifton, New Jersey to work in the store. There he meets the training store manager, Chanel. She starts by teaching him how to run the register, and with her guidance, Mike manages well. Next, he focuses on sales, and this job goes better than his previous experiences. Finally, Mike's undercover mission comes to an end, and he gathers his employees to reveal his true identity. First, Lacey, who's nervous and apologetic, but Mike appreciates her honesty and promises to address the issues she raised. As a reward, he grants her a paid vacation and an additional $15,000 to support her continued work at the company. Next is Rosalie, and Mike acknowledges that he deserved to be fired. However, he surprises Rosalie by promoting him to a manager position and providing $12,000 to help him pay off his debts.
You told me about this debt that you have.
Yes, this debt going into bankruptcy, you know.
You have $18,000 in debt.
Yes.
You pay off $6,000. I'll pay off $12,000.
Oh, thank you.
Rick too receives a paid vacation and a new car from Mike to express his gratitude. Last but not least, Chanel, who's offered a promotion with a 40% salary rise and an incredible gesture, Mike will pay her rent for a year to support her move out of her parents' home. In the week following their interactions with Mike, Lacey pays off her college tuition. Rosalie significantly reduces his debts, Rick enjoys his new car and his birthday, and Chanel embraces her promotion, dedicating herself to her work. In the second episode, we shift focus to the president and CEO of Checkers Rally, overseeing a massive double drive-thru chain with operations in 30 states, earning $680 million in annual revenue. Rick Silva, a former Burger King employee of 13 years, joined the company 5 years ago and is known for his perfectionism, utilizing focus groups to ensure the quality of the food. Now he embarks on his undercover mission as Alex, a failed pharmacy owner from Philadelphia, while his employees believe he's a contestant on a reality show competing to open his restaurant. For his first job, he travels to Homestead, Florida to work in the grill and fry section. He meets up with Todd, who will be teaching him for the day, and Rick follows his lead and works on the grill station. The manager, Stevens, is monitoring them from afar and is not impressed with Rick's work. He starts yelling at Todd to do the job faster.
I kept hearing the general manager barking orders.
Todd, you're gonna drop what you're doing.
So if you go on overtime, I can take you outside and beat you up, right?
Todd, this is what usually happens? You're trying to do something, someone's calling you all the time? He needs to help me here, is that okay?
You're gonna go with him?
Oh, okay, good.
Rick hesitates to get Todd in trouble, but Todd assures him that it's okay because that is how he typically communicates with the manager. Next, they move on to the fry station, and Rick notices that the restaurant is not following the company's guidelines. Later, they hear Stevens yelling at his employees again, and at times even threatening to beat them up.
Overtime, I can take you outside and beat you up, right?
He and Todd step out to take the trash, and Rick discovers that Stevens consistently behaves this way. Curious, Rick asks Todd why he continues to work in such an environment. Todd explains that he needs to support his mom, and this job is the only one available to him.
I try not to, pay attention to it so much.
I really could not work there. I couldn't work there for 10 minutes. How does it make you feel?
Like I'm worthless.
He can't afford to lose it. Despite his boss's harsh treatment and belittling behavior, Todd feels stuck with limited options. Rick encourages Todd to speak up, and Todd becomes emotional and tearful. Rick convinces him that it's the right thing to do and brings Stevens aside to talk privately. Rick questions Stevens about his treatment of the employees, and Stevens defends himself, claiming it's his way of controlling the workers. He implies that Rick can handle the demands of the job. Unable to tolerate the situation any longer, Rick reveals his true identity to Stevens. He firmly expresses to Stevens that his management style is unacceptable, and since he isn't adhering to the company's rules, the restaurant will be shut down immediately. Stevens quickly changes his tune and begins making excuses, but Rick remains unconvinced. He proceeds to close the restaurant and reveals his true identity to the rest of the employees. Apologizing to them, he promises to look out for their well-being and contacts the director of operations to arrange for a new manager the next day. The following day, Rick travels to Carol City, Florida to work the night shift and meets with the manager, Joyce. She proves to be an excellent manager with a great rapport with her workers. While working at the drive-thru, Rick does reasonably well with Joyce's guidance, and he discovers that the communication equipment is outdated and malfunctioning. During a break with Joyce, he learns some of her ideas for improving the restaurants. The day after that, Rick heads to Alabama to work at the sandwich board station where he meets Joanna. They begin working together, and she patiently teaches him how to make and wrap a burger. Although Rick initially struggles and makes mistakes, Joanna supports him until he improves. Finally, Rick's undercover stint comes to an end, and he gathers his employees at one of the restaurants to reveal his true identity. He shares that he has initiated an incentive program to help employees advance within the company. Joanna is the first participant and is promoted to a trainee manager position, receiving an additional $20,000. Rick also informs Joyce about the planned replacement of the old equipment and offers her a position on the advisory board along with $20,000. Howard, who had spoken up earlier, is promised a training program for all employees and receives $15,000 to cover his expenses. In the weeks that follow, positive changes occur. Todd has a new manager, Joanna purchases a new car and progresses towards a managerial role, and Joyce's restaurant obtains new equipment, leaving her satisfied with the results. And this is how this remarkable episode of Undercover Boss comes to an end.